Charlie, come on in.
Hi Charlie. Tim, nice to see you. It's really just one big open plan space, isn't it? A big sort of family space.
Absolutely. It wasn't. The whole family used to sort of gather in this little small, dark and very cold kitchen. And we did so because that was actually the warmest space in the house.
So really you had to sort of move it out of that 1960s cellular box room layout and make it something different in order to fit you and the two kids in, to make it a family home. And so as a sort of 60s house and end of terrace, it must have been really cold to live here before.
It was super cold actually. People couldn't quite believe how cold until they came in. It was exacerbated by the fact that we've got this sort of stairwell, which is lovely. The light comes down the stairs, but that was like a chimney. The warm air would just rise straight out, the cold air would just drop straight down, right into the middle of the house.
So you had a sort of a draft dropping out of the stair into the house.
Because it just had a window on top, which was lovely and light, but no insulation whatsoever. Because I guess in those days, the insulation just wasn't a big deal. And the heating system wasn't very efficient, and the floor was freezing.
Because there was absolutely no insulation under the floor.
No, it's just a concrete slab with some aggregate and then the dirt. So as part of our works, we dug up the floor, which was a fairly challenging decision to take, but we really wanted to insulate and wrap the house in insulation to make it warm. And now that that's in, I mean, it just sits there doing its thing, and we have lower bills and we have a really comfortable home.
So what did you do? Because you've done a very deep renovation, haven't you? A deep green renovation. Give us the list. I'm sure it's enormously long, but let's start at the beginning.
Okay,
well,
so
insulation, I guess, is the first
yeah,
big
exactly.
one.
I mean, insulation. We insulated the roof, the walls, the floor. We put new triple glazed windows in.
It's airtight, so
yeah,
the whole
we
place
made it
is
very
sealed, so it's airtight and has mechanical ventilation with heat recovery. So it could just sit and just retains the heat that we gather through the day through the bigger windows. So we get the solar gain, and then of course we get the heat. If we light the wood burning stove in the evening, it stays warm.
What strategy did you take with the wall insulation? Because that's really a difficult one. Yes, the floor, obviously, if you've got a concrete floor, that's quite hard. Loft, most people, you can understand what to do there. But when you walk up to this building, there's no evidence of insulation. So where's that gone?
Yeah, it was a particular challenge because we wanted to super insulate. We wanted to go beyond the opportunity of having cavity wall insulation. So there is a cavity, it's 70 millimetres, 7 centimetres, and we filled that with polystyrene beads. But we wanted to do more than that. We have issues of aesthetics because we're one of a small development of houses, and we had to get our neighbours' consent for any external changes. And they weren't happy with render, so the only option that we thought we would get their consent for was actually to build a new brick wall around the outside of the house.
Is that why I'm seeing the depth of reveals in the windows? So
Exactly.
you've got a normal double block and brick cavity wall,
yeah,
and then another 20 centimetre cavity, and then another brick skin.
Yeah, exactly.
Matched in with the external brickwork. And there's a slight step at the rear of the building, and that's where you've got to step back in line with the main terrace.
Yes, exactly. And our neighbours weren't happy with a step in the front, so we've internally insulated the front wall, and we've externally insulated with a new brick skin on the side and the rear.
What about energy consumption and production?
As well as the wood-burning stove, for the summer months we have solar hot water.
That means you don't have to light that and get too warm.
Exactly, yes. And we also have solar electric, so we generate electricity during the daylight hours. I mean, most of the time during the day when the sun is shining, we're exporting power into the grid.
Which is feeding other houses nearby and the wider country.
Yeah, exactly.
What has been the transformative effect on the quality of life within the home?
I'd like to think it's an awful lot better. Part of that is the design, that it's it's a nice big open space and it's warm and cosy. Do you know, I almost think you just get so used to it that you don't notice. It just feels like a regular home until other people come and say, wow, it's so lovely and cosy and it's nice and warm. And do you really not have any heating on?
G'day boys, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Benjamin and Sam, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
How are you doing?
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Like your room.
Yeah.
This is great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really nice.
And tell me what's it like living in a super home, a really insulated house?
Kind of feels normal to us because
We've just been here.
yeah, because we live here, because we've been here for so long, it just feels, it doesn't feel a difference. So
You're totally used to it.
Yeah, just so when we go to other houses, it feels a lot, cooler. And when I say, cooler, it's like colder and things like that. And
Go on, just
it
be honest,
feels-
it's cold.
yeah, it's cold.
And drafty.
Yeah, but here it's like it just feels normal.
And then because you've got these extra thick walls, you've got these lovely deep windowsills, and I can see you
Yeah,
enjoying those.
It's
aren't
really
you?
nice. So over there we have we can go and sit there and read books and stuff, which we like doing.
In the window.
In the window,
Get the
yeah.
sun coming
yeah.
in. But do you think this is a good way to build houses, do you?
Yeah, I think it's good. Yeah, it makes it a lot more cosy and it's just nicer, and also it's better for the environment how it is.